Have you ever wondered why we don't ban tobacco despite knowing it's deadly? Welcome to my channel. And today let's find out the dark truth about tobacco. It all started thousands of years ago in the rainforests of South America, where the Mayans and Incas grew tobacco. They believed that the smoke carried their prayers to the gods. But when Christopher Columbus reached the New World, he wasn't looking for spirituality. He was looking for gold. And what he found instead was tobacco. He brought it back to Europe in 1492, and by the 16th century, tobacco had become a craze. Suddenly everyone was smoking. Kings and queens, artists and scientists, even doctors. The demand was so high that European powers colonized the Americas and Africa and forced natives and Africans to grow tobacco on large plantations. This was the beginning of the blood money machine. Meanwhile, back in India, people had different ways of consuming tobacco. They mixed it with lime and spices and chewed it as gutka. But soon enough, gutka became a status symbol among the elite. By the 20th century, tobacco wasn't just a plant. It was a multi-billion-dollar industry that influenced governments and economies. So here's the big question. If tobacco is so addictive and dangerous, why hasn't it been banned yet? Well, the answer is simple. Money. The global tobacco market is worth over $100 billion. Countries earn billions in taxes. Companies fund politicians, and everyone seems happy except the people whose lungs fill with smoke. But don't worry, folks. We're just getting started. This story has twists and turns that you wouldn't believe. So stay with me and let's dig deeper. In the 1950s, American tobacco companies funded research to find out if tobacco causes cancer. You guessed it right. They found a link between the two. But instead of issuing a warning, they did something else. Something really smart. They created the Council for Tobacco Research and started funding counter-research to spread doubt. At the same time, they launched a new campaign. Doctors now smoked in TV shows, and they looked cool doing it. Movies like Casablanca and The Godfather made smoking look glamorous. But this was no accident. They were selling a dream of sophistication and rebellion. As for the rest of us, well, we were just buying the cigarettes. But wait, there's more. The same thing happened with gutka in India. In the 90s and 2000s, gutka ads used Bollywood stars like Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan. They were the chocolate heroes of India. Millions of people followed their style, and when they chewed gutka, suddenly gutka became a status symbol among the masses. But what does it take to create a mass smoker? Well, you need three ingredients: nicotine, addiction, and marketing. Let's start with nicotine. It's a chemical found in tobacco leaves. When you smoke or chew it, the nicotine quickly reaches your brain. Within seconds, it creates an effect. Do you know what happens next? Your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel good. It's like a reward system. But here's the catch. The nicotine doesn't produce this effect on its own. It tricks your brain into releasing dopamine. And that's where the problem lies. Your body gets used to the fake dopamine rush. So when you try to quit, your brain goes through withdrawal symptoms. That's the science of addiction. But there's more to it than just nicotine. People turn to tobacco when they're feeling low, when they're stressed, sad, or bored. It's like a quick fix for emotional pain. And this is where marketing comes in. Companies know exactly what you're going through. They know why you're reaching out for that cigarette or packet of gutka. They're selling you more than just a product. They're selling a false hope, a temporary escape. Is that why our favorite Hollywood stars smoke in movies? Is that why gutka packets have pictures of Bollywood celebrities? It's all about creating a psychological trap. They're not selling tobacco, they're selling the illusion of relief. And this brings us to the billion-dollar conspiracy. The tobacco industry has been around for centuries, but it really took off in the 20th century. And since then, it's grown into a massive web of corruption. First, let's talk about the lobbyists. These are groups that represent the tobacco industry. They work behind the scenes to influence government policies. They make sure that laws are made in a way that benefits tobacco companies. For example, They might water down a law that's meant to reduce smoking. Next, we have the politicians. Some of them are honest, but many are corrupt. They accept money from tobacco companies in exchange for their support. They might vote against laws that would hurt the tobacco industry. Then there are the courts. Sometimes tobacco companies break the law and harm people. In that case, they could be sued. But guess who often rules in favor of tobacco companies? The judges. That's because many judges are appointed by politicians who are in the pocket of tobacco companies. And finally, there are the regulators. These are the people who are supposed to protect us from harmful products. But guess what? Some of them are also corrupt. They might turn a blind eye to the problems in the tobacco industry. What's worse, some countries export tobacco to other countries. This means that they're making money off of other people's addiction. They're feeding another country's problem. So the question is, how can we stop this cycle? Well, it starts with you. The first step is to raise awareness. We need to tell people about the dark side of tobacco. We need to bust myths and expose the lies. Next, we need to hold the industry accountable. That means suing tobacco companies when they break the law. It also means making them pay for the damage they've done. But what about the addicts? How can we help them? Well, the first step is to get professional help. There are therapies and medications that can help people quit. We also need to create support groups. People should feel comfortable asking for help. Finally, we need to ban tobacco in public places. This will protect non-smokers from secondhand smoke. It will also discourage smokers from continuing their habit. Some of you may think that these measures won't work, that the tobacco industry is too powerful. But I disagree. The tobacco industry is only powerful because we let them be. If we expose their lies and hold them accountable, we can beat them. Look at the progress we've made in the last century. 100 years ago, smoking was seen as a symbol of sophistication. Today, we know better. We know that tobacco is a deadly product that ruins lives. Now here's the final twist. Despite all the evidence against tobacco, some people still argue that it should be legal. They say that adults should be free to make their own decisions. What do you think? Should tobacco be banned, or should adults be allowed to smoke? Let me know in the comments below. This story has affected millions of lives. It's a tale of manipulation, addiction, and greed. But in the end, it's a story of hope. Because no matter how powerful the tobacco industry is, they can't win if we stand together. And here's one last thought for you. When you smoke, you're not just harming yourself, you're also polluting the environment. The tobacco industry is one of the biggest polluters in the world. They dump toxic waste in landfills and release harmful chemicals into the air. So what can you do if you want to quit? Here's a plan. It's called the 21-Day Challenge. For the first 21 days, you'll experience withdrawal symptoms. But after that, your body will start to heal. Day 1, you may feel angry. Don't give in. This is your brain trying to trick you. Remember, you're in control. Day 5, you might start craving, but don't worry, the cravings will go away, just stay strong. Day 10, you may feel doubtful. You might think that quitting is impossible, but don't believe the lies. You're stronger than tobacco. And finally, day 21, you've made it. You've broken the chains of addiction. Now it's time to celebrate. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Throughout this journey, don't forget to stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water to flush out toxins from your body. Also, exercise regularly. Physical activity will help you focus on your health, not your cravings. And lastly, meditate every day. Meditation will help you control your mind and emotions. Remember, quitting tobacco isn't about willpower. It's about rewiring your brain. It's a scientific fact that your brain can be reprogrammed. And when you do, you'll feel better. Your body will thank you. Some of you might be thinking, how can we trust this information? Well, that's a fair question. All the sources used are listed in the description. Feel free to check them out. So this is my story for today. I hope it's made you think. I hope it's opened your eyes to the dark side of tobacco. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We all try to go beyond our ego.